Hey, so I wanted to do a follow-up on the worded lock video I did a little while back to address a couple things and expand a little bit. So we had a question regarding locks with this type of bitting, and this is also a worded lock and it functions much the same way as the traditional worded lock does, although there are a couple of differences. So the main thing I've noticed about these is that it does seem that in fact the final two bits here seem to be in play as opposed to the single uh, actuated bit of a lot of older style worded locks where you'll see bitting cut out of both sides. So I'll use this pick here that seems to be about the same diameter and hits the same key points, and the process is pretty much the same. Once I found the correct depth, these ones also, again, I have a basically a double-sided pick where I'm picking a single-sided lock, so it's a little bit wonky, but a little bit of kind of circular rotation, and it really is the same process. Another point I wanted to touch on regarding worded locks is this is kind of a neat little example I picked up recently that really threw me for a loop until I realized what was going on. And I don't understand the internals 100%, but I'm guessing that possibly the locking pawl on the left and right shackle might be independent, because it seems like I have to pick at two different layers to get this pick open or the lock open. So what I've noticed is there seems to be a bit that gives resistance about here, but the shackle doesn't move. But then if I go down a little bit, let's see if I can find it here. Keep this on camera. I get a little bit there. Go down a little bit, then it kind of unlocks, and then there you go. So it's like a two-stage process. And usually I have to step it down a little bit. That was a little bit easier, and I've kind of been working some penetrating oil into this lock, which I'll later flush out with brake cleaner and replace with the graphite. But that's a tale for another day. And a little bit of Brasso here. This had a little bit more patina, but I don't really want to take it down much more than this because this is kind of cool. I dig the look. But yeah, it does seem, just looking at these cuts here, it looks like there might be individual pawls, and I think I can almost see them, although they don't really show up on camera. So a couple more points about worded locks if you're into that kind of thing. And then while we're at it, maybe let's throw out just a little bit more lock porn here. So just made a little 7-Eleven, and I don't really collect worded locks because they are so easy, and the locks that I buy, I'm really looking for a challenge to pick. But there's always just one or two of these thrown in with the lots, so I do have a few now. So this is Yale in town, and they're just always so cool. What do we got here? I think this is another Yale in town. Takes a little bit here. And I like this guy. This is a government issue footlocker lock, is my understanding, or at least that's how it was described to me. That's got to be pretty old. I would even, if that's true, and I didn't pay much for this, and I don't know that it has value, but if that's true, that's got to look pre-World War II. I don't know. Who knows? But action is still surprisingly good. And as much as I rag on the worded locks and talk about how they're low security and they're so easy to get into, these are the ones that come with every lot that I buy where they just pop right open. Whether they're 50, 80, 100 years old, no keys, been sitting in someone's grandpa's coffee can for 80 years, or whatever, and they still work. So the logic behind them in that fewer moving parts would be more reliable. Certainly is just, so take that for what it's worth. All right, thanks. Bye.